Hi, guys, and we are live again. Welcome to Strange Journeys. I just wanted to let you know that on May 16th, 2020, something strange appeared on Facebook.
Hello and welcome to Strange Journeys. I'm glad you're with us today. Welcome to our very first official live stream. And now we're going to welcome everybody back in. And we may have others joining us in a little bit. Everybody say hello. Everybody
hello,
say
everybody.
hello.
Into the unknown, into the unseen, the unexplainable, and the unbelievable. Join our strange journeys. Are you ready? Oh my God. Look at this. Welcome to Strange Journeys. Will Elrick showed up during the intro. At least I think it's Will. Is it Sasquatch? It's Sassy Squatch. Okay. Welcome.
I was going to make one of those aluminum foil hats, and then I went, you know what? I know if I do that, I'm going to pop up right in the middle of the intro.
Yeah.
So I'm glad somebody else had the same sense of humor.
Well, in Will Elrick's stead, we have Sasquatch. I'm Tom, your ghost host. There's Tim Shepard, your ghost guy. Down on the other end, returning guest Kent Rasmussen. Will's got me all discombobulated. Kent and his lovely wife Kristina is with us, and way down over yonder, I'm losing my orientation again. Selina is back with us, who didn't sing karaoke the other night when we had her out there when she promised she would. But Will Elrick, what's happening? Hey, nothing. Hey guys, remember we provide these shows first and foremost for you, the watchers, for your entertainment. We are not by any means do not claim to be scholars or experts in any of the topics we cover. We are simply enthusiasts and storytellers who have fun with these topics while doing our best to respect individual beliefs. And please remember, the show is live. Can't you tell? Nothing is rehearsed or edited out later. And this whole show tonight is just screw-ups from season 2 because it's a live show. Will, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. How's Sasquatch?
He's good. He wanted to make a little appearance. I want to hold this up to my camera, wherever my camera is on the side. That is from the Monster Mart at Falk, Arkansas.
All right.
You know, that's from the Legend of Boggy Creek. And behind me
yes,
is some of my travel board of the weird places that I visited, or we have visited.
Okay, awesome. All right,
And,
Donnie showed up.
Hey, buddy.
Go ahead, Will.
You know, I have a live TV show that runs here in North Alabama, and we just finished our last show of season 2, and it was the ridiculous clips too.
Oh, yeah, bloopers and gag reels. There we go. Well, so that's going on in your world. I just wanted to remind everybody of one of Will's books, Alabama Lore.
Oh, can I throw another shameless plug out there?
You certainly can. That's coming up in a few minutes anyway, but go ahead.
So, since we last talked, I have been in a movie called The Third Saturday in October, Part 1.
Whoa.
And
awesome.
I got to see my giant dead body up on the screen.
You played a cadaver?
I actually played the hearse driver, and I have a little chase scene with a hearse, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But then the killer comes back to life as we're trying to bury him, and I'm the first victim after he comes back to life.
Okay. Okay, so it's a zombie flick.
Sort of. It's kind of like it actually got a review by the Los Angeles Times. And it was good.
Yeah.
But it's more like an early Friday the 13th kind of movie. But it's all based around the third Saturday in October, which here in Alabama, we know is Alabama and Tennessee. So they couldn't get the rights to Alabama and Tennessee. So they make up these other teams, Tennessee A&M and the Alabama Mobile Seahawks.
Oh, wow.
Appreciate it. And their motto is War Damn Seahawk.
Okay.
Contrast of interests.
Yeah. All right. Well, Kent, Kristina, what's going on in your world?
Just working.
Working, and we got a grandbaby.
Woohoo! Congrats.
He's 2 years old.
Oh, taking care of him, huh?
Yeah.
Kids are getting older. We're getting older, you know.
It happens to the best of us. And to the worst of us. It just happens to everybody.
Yeah, my all the kids are getting older. My sons and our oldest son is playing football right now.
Oh, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, except now, Tom, I haven't told you he's a sophomore in high school at 6'5", 270 pounds.
Ooh.
Wow.
Holy cow. He's getting up there with Will.
Yep.
I can't find shoes that he fits him now. I have to special order them.
Oh my gosh.
What size does he wear?
16.
BigShoes.com.
Right.
I'm serious. That's
it.
what it is.
I'll
BigShoes.com.
have to tell him about that because he gets very down on himself when he goes into the store to buy shoes because he can't find anything that fits. And
we just lost Kent and Kristina. Somebody pushed a button.
Oh, there's very few places I can go in and get a shoe.
Yeah.
So I have to. Amazon's my friend, and BigShoes.com is my friend.
Yep.
And also, there's one other one too, but I can't remember what it is.
Well, my stepson Lynn's middle child is in y'all's same ballpark, same issues. So, Kent and Kristina should be coming back in there. Somebody, there they are.
There they are.
All right, somebody pushed the wrong button.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was funny though because I hit the mute button on my side, turned my microphone on at the same moment they disappeared. It was like, I know I didn't do it.
So we'll blame it on Tim.
Yeah, blame it on me.
So let's see. Our oldest daughter is going to be 22 this year. Our third daughter graduates from high school next month.
Whew. Yeah, we're taking the grandson to some kind of outdoor movie thing tomorrow, Friday night.
And then in 2 years, we're leaving Oregon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Where are you leaving Oregon for?
Montana, here we come.
Either Montana or like my brother lives in North Carolina. He really wants us over there.
Montana's great until it snows.
I have Alabama. Or I have family in Alabama.
Yes. And you have us in Alabama.
I do.
All right, let's get on. Remember, you can support the show through Patreon, PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Remember, Patreon's a monthly commitment. And if you're not, Tim, what are you doing to me?
Pushing buttons.
He's
my
going
job.
behind me. Pushing. Okay,
Careful,
I
you're gonna
forgot.
kick somebody off again.
Yeah. Remember, Patreon is a monthly commitment. If you're not into a monthly commitment, we dig that. So we offer the PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. If you want to drop a dime, $20 bill, whatever. Well, it's not technically a $20 bill if you're doing it on one of those apps. But if you want to tip us, then please do so through one of those apps. We'd certainly appreciate it. Lynn is keeping us company with comments tonight. And we just got a new puppy. She was in here before we went live showing it to everybody, but Will didn't get to see our little Saoirse. So
it's funny. I was sitting in the waiting room forever because the enter studio button was below the fold. I'm like, somebody's got to be here.
Yeah. Where is everybody? Yeah.
Did you say Saoirse?
Yeah, the puppy's name is Saoirse. Don't ask me to spell it.
Isn't that a mattress?
No, that's Serta.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Just checking.
Those of you that are watching on YouTube, please remember this.
Click that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe to all these videos that Papa Tom made. Hit that notification bell up. My work here is done
now. And that was my grandson. A couple of weeks ago, he's like, Papa Tom, I've got to do a new YouTube video for you. I was like, okay. So we got a new video. Well, I mentioned earlier. I forgot to mention this. In the next few days, this show will be on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Pandora, and iHeartRadio. YouTube.
Look at you go. I'm so proud of you, Tom.
What happened to Will? Thank you, Kent. Now we're live on YouTube. That's our primary platform, but we take this show after it's been broadcast, and then we upload it to all the other platforms. So there he is. He's back again. Squatch has returned. We're going to get into all that in a minute. But 3 years ago, we began this strange journey, and it looks like it's getting stranger every show, folks. Tim, you need your towel or your full hat or something. You got to compete with Squatch over here. But we're finishing up. This finishes up, and y'all know I haven't kept up with it officially, but we've been doing like 13 shows a season, and tonight hits show number 13 for season 5. So we're basically finishing up season 5 at 3 years old. Isn't that wild?
Hello, everyone. My name is Roy Pope, and I'm coming to you from Thailand. I'm considered to be the grandfather of Strange Journeys. I just want to thank Tom Rouse and each and every one of the listeners out there for tuning in and keeping the Strange Journeys going for as long as it has. We'll keep it strange. Okay,
That's my buddy Roy Pope. I call him the grandfather of Strange Journeys because when I first met Kent and the team at Spirit Expeditions, I don't know if I'd met Tim yet, probably. I began researching a tour in Mobile, Alabama, and I came across Roy Pope. He was living here at the time. He's in Thailand now. But he would like, go look out this, go check out this, go check out this. And he fed me almost all of my tour. I mean, I did the research and I did the legwork and built it, but he's an amateur historian. And, Will, you and your headgear.
I know, right?
Okay, but Roy giving us congratulatory greetings from Thailand, the grandfather of our tour. He don't look very old to be a grandfather, does he?
He did not.
No, and I look older than him. But I've called him the grandfather. I called him the grandfather of the tour, and then of course the tour bloomed into this, so he's the grandfather of Strange Journeys. Now, tonight we're focusing on all the gaffes, the goofs, the bloopers, the screw ups, and fun from season 2. We did season 1 a few months back, and we'll eventually catch up. Which, God, I can't wait to get to, was it season 4 in Strange Alabama, and we'll tell about wrestling the bear.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite stories.
That's going to be on the blooper reel for season 5. But I had, I had thought about just starting, at the first show and going through, but Will can't be with us very long. So we jumped ahead to, let's see, what show was that you were on? The Bridges of Sorrows.
Yes. Lots of Bridges of Sorrows in Alabama.
Yes. And Will has a book on the covered bridges of Alabama. Mm-hmm. But we were talking about haunted bridges in that show. Like I said, that was the 4th show of our 2nd season. But like I said, since Will's got to leave in a little bit, we're going to go ahead and cover the parts that he was in so we can all laugh at Will some more. Is that all right? In my opening statement there, I always say there's none of us that are scholars or experts. We're just storytellers. Well, Will interrupted me during that show. Not by any means, and do not claim to be scholars or experts in any of the topics we cover, except for Will and Lewis. They're the experts this week. We are simply
throwing that word around kind of loosely there.
We are simply enthusiasts and storytellers. Yeah. Did you see the look on Lewis's face? His eyes got real big. He's like, experts.
Well, so far, I'm the only certified weirdologist that I have met.
Well, true.
And I even have a name tag that says such.
Yes, I remember you showing. I mean, that makes you an expert. But see, the reason I listed Lewis is because he has Haunted Alabama, and he talks about some haunted bridges in there. So, but Will thought we were throwing that around kind of loosely. But and as we were going through it, at the time we were doing ET Facts. Was that it, Tim?
I think so.
Well, anyway, I see. And I'm going to tell you something right here before we go any further. These guys have only seen 1 or 2 of these clips. I haven't shown. It's going to be a surprise for most everybody. I've kept these to myself, and I mean, Tim is in and can look ahead and see what's coming up, but he's not sure exactly what it's going to be. So, right. But anyway, we were asking what they were reading, or I don't remember if it was ET Facts or not, but this came up. This is Lewis's 4th appearance on the show. I wish I had something to shoot confetti up or whatever.
But he's been here more than some of our ETs.
Oh, sad but true. Sad but true. Okay, I was thinking of another clip, but that's where I was introducing everybody, and Lewis. That was before he became an ET. He was like on number 4. He and Kent were vying for who came on the show the most, and Lewis edged you out, Kent.
And the weird part is season 2, I think I say that at least 3 times to different guests, because I know I said it to Kent, I know I said it to Lewis, and I know I said it to Al Luna as well.
Yeah.
So.
Al Luna's getting up there too.
Right.
Speaking of, if I can take a time out and just on a serious note, Al is dealing with some serious health problems at the moment. So if y'all would just remember him. Y'all know he moved to Southern California to be close to his family. Whoa.
Whoa.
Now I'm getting a repeat.
Now I'm getting a repeat. Where is that coming from?
Okay. All right. I don't know what that was. Can y'all hear me now? Okay.
I got you.
Okay. I don't know what that was. That was freaky. But anyway, please remember Al Luna. He was going to send in a video, but he just was not able. Anyway, we were doing ET facts, but it was what are you reading or researching? That's where we were heading into on that one. And this was Will's contribution.
And then on a personal level, I am rereading 7 Years in Tibet, which is one of my favorite adventure books. And also Scooby-Doo and the Apocalypse, the comic.
Okay. All right. It's good to be eclectic. Okay.
Yes, it is.
All right. That just floored me, Will. Scooby-Doo and the Apocalypse. What is going on with Donnie? Donnie, what's going on?
I'm going to
Tim,
step
if
away
you-
from the camera for 1 second, though, since you mentioned that.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Now what is he going to get? But, yeah, I mean, he does that every show. I mean, every time he's been on, it's like he remembers something right in the middle of the show. And Julianne Gordon did that to us, too. But while he's gone, we can do this one.
I'm getting ready from the side over here about my camera position.
Woohoo! I thought you were just doing a little dance for everybody here, you know.
Nobody wants to see that, I promise you.
Thank you. But that's what I've said, folks. This is live. You never know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know what's going on with Donnie. Tim, if you can deal with Donnie. Okay, Will's back. Well, Will.
Scooby Apocalypse episode book 1. Scooby Apocalypse book 2. Volume 3.
Oh, wow.
Volume 4.
Oh my gosh. Scooby. Yeah, well, I mean that just came from, I mean, you're talking about 7 years in Tibet, and then all of a sudden Scooby-Doo. It just floored me.
I can read both at the same time.
Oh, I'm sure. I get you. But there was also this.
I'm going to reference another book here of mine, Covered Bridges
Excellent.
of Alabama.
Find him on Amazon. You can find his books on Amazon and Lewis's as well.
Yes, and actually, one review of this is the most comprehensive guide to covered bridges available for Alabama. And I did not even write that. Peacock might have, but I don't know.
Our own little infomercial here for your books.
Right. Shameless plug.
Yeah, there you go. Just his shameless plug. That's why I mentioned earlier that this was coming up again. That's the second shameless plug tonight. But I think from season 2, now again, Will was with us on season 5 of Strange States, Alabama. But this short little clip, it's not even, I mean, it's barely 7 seconds, was my favorite from the whole time that Will was with us.
I just can't wait to see a sheep squat. Just saying the name, sheep squat. Really does it for me, you know?
And he actually went into something serious there, which is why it cut off. But Will, have you seen a sheep squatch yet?
No, but I actually have now since been to the bridge in Kentucky where sheep squatch is reportedly seen outside Louisville.
Okay.
I've yet to come across sheep squatch.
But you still like saying it.
Yeah, you gotta love saying sheep squatch. Followed closely by goat squatch.
Yeah. Well, that's a new one. All right. Well, that's all I had for Bridges of Sorrow show.
I thought we were going to talk about wrestling the bear.
Yeah, that's season 5.
It's season
okay.
5.
No,
We're
season
still
4. I'm sorry.
season-
Season 4. We're still trying to play catch up. We're on season 2 tonight.
Okay, when you get to season 5, I want to be back to that one so I can reference the movie Cocaine Bear.
Yes. Of course.
To talk about wrestling a bear.
We will do that because I've got to go through season 3 and season 4, but it's in season 4. So let me get season 3 done. I've already started season 3. But one of our favorite guests on here that has been on the show, and she wasn't able to be with us for personal reasons, some stuff going on in her life, is Elizabeth Parker. Has written 3 books, technically 2. The third is a compilation about Haunted Mobile. And she is one of those. Well, I've got a bunch of her tonight because she just comes up with stuff all the time. But hang on, let's see. Do you ever know what's going on with Donnie? No, Donnie. What's going on with Donnie? I don't know. But anyway,
we've just gotten used to it and we just let it go because I have not seen him make it through a single episode without being on and off at least 4 times.
Well, he is highlighted tonight, believe me. But anyway, it was our first show of season 2, Fairy Tales. And I started the show this way. Thank you all for being here. For you guys that are watching, appreciate it. And if you're not watching, you can watch it later. Okay, that was a joke and nobody caught it. And kind of like that old letter about the lady writing to her son, say, if you don't get this message, please let me know. You know. Yeah, nobody caught my dad joke.
Well, when you have to explain it loses the humor too.
Exactly. That was my point. I said, if you're not watching, then you can join us and watch us later, you know, and everybody was like, okay. I was like, oh crap. You're right. I had to explain it. So it lost something. But then I turned around and introduced Elizabeth. But before we go on, Elizabeth, update us on what's going on in your world right now.
Oh, it's been very quiet. And I don't know if people have been experiencing this themselves. I'm so lonely for Ghost. I don't know. I don't know if the Ghosts are similarly quarantined this year, or if for the last year they also have been walking around going, "What is going on? What is happening?" Right? It's been very, very quiet in my world.
She was lonely for Ghost. She's so much fun. And you'll see, she just comes up with this stuff out of the blue, you know. Whereas with Donnie, I wish he would come on here because I got some of the stuff. He threw Elizabeth for a loop on a couple of things where he would just come out and say something and she'd be like, what? You know? So, but we were talking about, obviously, fairies in fairy tales. And we had gone through a whole bunch of them, and I was about to go into the Arthur Conan Doyle book about the fairies and talk. I mean, you can't really talk about fairies without talking about Arthur Conan Doyle and his research into it. Now, granted, those fairies were turned out to be fake and a fraud, and looking at it 100 years later, you can, looking at the pictures, you can tell that there's little cutouts. But I was about to go into that and something happened. Now, in 1922, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, now this is not the...
Well, where did he go? Oh, the fairies he ate. We were like, Tom, don't eat that. And he said, yeah, I'm eating it. And now he's gone. I think he was going to come on and talk about, he's back.
Yeah.
Yep, they brought him back.
Yeah. Will is back. Somebody.
She never even paused.
No.
Just gone. Automatically he ate the fairy food.
He ate the fairy food. He's gone. Well, just to give a little backup there, I use a trackball mouse. I love these things. And I didn't have, or Lynn had gotten me a new keyboard and a different kind of mouse, and I wasn't used to it. It was the old fashioned with the buttons and the little roller ball in the middle. and I went to do something, and I hit a button on the mouse, and it just took me out of the studio. I was just completely gone. So, and but that wasn't the only time it happened. Hang on just a second. Oh, okay. Yeah, Will, we mentioned that earlier when you were gone. I said every show he'll think of something, he'll run off. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something. You go grab something and come back.
I heard you. I didn't go far.
Yes, I know. But like I said, I hit the wrong button on the mouse again.
For me, they are earth energies. They are a type of earth, naturally occurring earth energies. You got to think about light, frequency, energy, vibration.
He's gone again.
He's gone. They took him again. They took him again.
They'll bring him back, I promise.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
So I'm not used to. Yeah, Lincoln.
But
I have fussed about it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. And Lynn both times like, whoop, he's gone. Which I was watching. I just put up Strange Highways 3 US 29 on Spotify and all the other platforms. And I was listening to it this morning on my way to work. And it was one of those times, one of the few shows where I kept losing Wi-Fi or I kept losing internet. And Lewis would be sitting there going like, okay, Tom. Selina, you were on it.
In his defense, he was quick. You'd be gone and he'd be like, well, I think he was going to talk about this next, so we'll just continue on.
Yeah. So I had to be careful when I would get back on, not to just keep talking what I've been talking. I had to remember that he was keeping. I mean, he was such a trooper. He's done that at least twice for me on the show. But anyway, Lynn makes an appearance. We were talking about different things. And we actually brought up William Shakespeare of all things. And that brings up another conspiracy or a conspiracy theory that some people think that William Shakespeare didn't write William Shakespeare. I've been hearing that batted around.
I heard that, and I heard that he was a girl, that really he wasn't William. He was more like Wilhelmina.
She was Wilhelmina. I don't know. It just came out. When we talked about Elizabeth leaving gifts for the what'd she call them? The domovoi at her place. And I think we go into it. Yeah, she talks about dealing with the domovoi here.
So every day I go out in the evening and leave out a little bit of food or a little cheese or a little offering in the same place every night. Now, the joke is really on me because the domovoi traditionally does not speak to the lady of the house.
Oh.
Because, females and everything are just not his interest. He's just, would rather deal straight on with the man of the house. So I have begged my husband to please talk to the domovoi and introduce us and make nice between us, because I'm the one doing all the work here, taking every day, delivering this to the domovoi. But regardless, I do feel like it's a practice that must be appreciated on some level and does have my effort toward fostering the spirit of our land and our home and keeping that happy.
Oh, so the gifts are taken.
Well, this is the funny thing. The ancients would refer to it in the classical world as the wine breath. So when you leave out your offerings to the gods of food or wine, they said that the gods would take the vapor of that offering, and they called it the wine breath.
Okay.
So I have a dear friend who always referred to her pets as the hairy fairies. So when she would leave out an offering, she knew that she was leaving it out ostensibly for whoever she was leaving it for, but she always knew that the hairy fairy would actually take care of cleaning it up physically.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I do have a hairy fairy.
Yeah.
That comes and takes care of the offering, but prior to that, the intent of the offering and the wine breath
of the offering
is given.
And her hairy fairy.
So, do you know what the Alabama version of the domovoi is?
What's that?
It's the Pukwudgie.
Oh.
So the Domovoy is Slavic and Russian and from that era. But
Uh-huh.
they're basically the same thing as Native Americans here described as Pukwudgies.
Okay.
And I actually have a statue of a Pukwudgie in my house.
Awesome. We got Pukwudgies coming up at the end of the show.
Oh, wow.
I got a special I've got a special Pukwudgie clip coming up at the end of the show. May have to play it 2 or 3 times for everybody to get it. But
so if you come to my house and you need to log into my Wi-Fi, it's Pukwudgies my
that entire episode though went from we were on it trying to do something great and the moment Pukwudgies came into the discussion.
You had a Pukwudgie episode and you didn't invite me.
We had hold on. In season 2, we ended with the Bridgewater Triangle.
Right.
And we're going to get to that show here in just a few minutes. But we've got a special clip that deals with Pukwudgies coming up at the end of the show. But I just loved it how she was like, well, the Domovoy won't have anything to do with me. You need to, she's telling her husband, you need to talk to the Domovoy because I'm the one doing all the work here. But it's her hairy fairies that takes care of the offering.
Hello, I'm Darin Hough. I'm the owner of GhostHuntingSource.com, and I'd like to congratulate Tom and everybody at Strange Journeys for 3 years of their podcast, and I hope God continues to be with you and you do this podcast as long as you can. So congratulations. I had a great time the couple times you invited me to be on the show, and I'll be glad to come on anytime.
That's Darin Hough from Ghost Hunting Source. Well, I did.
Okay.
That being said, I need to jump out for a bit because I've got some work that I have to do. But congratulations on getting this far, and
thank you.
Invite me on anytime you want, especially if you're talking about Pukwudgies, bears, or Bigfoot. They're my favorite topics right there.
We still need to do a show with you and Lee Peacock my mind just went blank. Alabama Paranormal Bigfoot.
Yeah, so if we do that show, since Lee's most of the way to you, we need to come out there and do it live with you. And I still want to do the one we talked about doing the train wreck live.
Yeah, the Bayou Canot.
Yep.
Yeah. I believe it or not, I have been that's been going through my brain for months because this September will be what the 43rd or something like that. I'd have to go back. No, the 30th because it was 93, correct?
Yes.
So it should be this year would be the 30th anniversary.
And it's in September, right? Or is it October?
September, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been going through. I mean, most of y'all don't know this, or if you've watched, you do know. The past 8 months, I've been caregiver, one of the primary caregivers for my mother. She just passed away the week before Mother's Day, and so I haven't been able to really do a whole lot. You'll notice that I may have been on a few shows the past several months, but not much. But anyway, that has been in my brain, and working on some things, wanting to do that. So we will get together on that. We'll get together the next show. I want us to go investigate the blonde Sasquatches, Bigfoots up in Washington County.
Yes, I've heard of them also. You know, the Alabama White thing too.
That's right, but that's up closer to you.
Well, he kind of goes through the whole state. And, you know, we've had lots of reports lately of a dog man in Bankhead National Forest.
A what?
A dog man.
A dog man. Wow.
Yeah, and he chases people to this little country church, and then he leaves when they run inside.
Okay. I'm sorry. The church reminded me of our Holy Ghost little G ? Show. The second one where Lewis told the story about the bat poop. Oh my God! Y'all got to go watch that show. Holy Ghost, little G ?
With all that, guys, thank you very much, and I will see you guys soon.
Well,
thanks.
Thank you so much, Will Elrick. Always, you never know. Yeah, strange. But anyway, our next show was I'm trying to get back on Seeing Double. And this is how we started the show.
Somebody have a possessed computer?
Freaky.
No.
What? Where is that coming from?
That's our clock.
Oh, okay.
Tim has the possessed.
Because there's about 3 more about to go off, so I got to figure out where my mute button is.
There you go. Tim and his possessed clock. I mean, we went live, and all of a sudden we just started hearing this music, and we're like, "What is going on?" And his possessed clock. I think he got it muted before the rest of them went off. Did you?
Yeah, I did. And those things still go off. One will go off, then the next one will go off, then the next one. And it's like, at some point, I've got to take the time and get them all on the same schedule, at least sort of.
Okay. You remind me of something. You put up the banner down there for our new merch site. We are working on getting the strangestuff.live. They sent me a link to repair it so that it would go to our new merch site. And I did it Sunday, and they said it would take up to 48 hours. And I checked a little while ago, and it still wasn't live yet. Right. But you can go to that link down below, and you can get to it there. I added a new design this week. It says, "Do you want to take a trip?" So that was pretty cool. Okay. Here we go into some of the ET facts. And Dagny has been with us since day one, and she is an eclectic soul. She is a unique individual. Everybody loves her to death, and she has her own unique way of looking at things. And I had asked on ET Facts, what is your secret obsession? What is something that you enjoy that nobody would think that Dagny would enjoy?
Well, I have this strange obsession with containers. Like anything that contains something. Like I feel like I need these things, and then I have to organize them, and it's like now I got to organize my organizers, and then And
so Tupperware, is that what you're saying?
Containers. I buy things just for what they come in.
So you would make a good Tupperware lady. Maybe.
I'm thinking I might have a second job now.
Oh, okay. I would have never guessed that. Dagny and her containers. Who would have thought? She's so much fun. Like on from the first season, our Phantom Phone Call show, and you heard somebody dragging something, and she's like, "That's a body in a bag. Somebody's dragging a body in a bag. I know it. I know what that is. I know what that sound is." And we're all like, "Dagny." All right, our next show was Lay of the Land, and we had a special guest, Julie Ann Gordon, who is the film commissioner for Panama City, Florida, Bay County, Florida. And she noticed something. Somebody had written a comment, and Julie noticed it. Dagny, you got a friend on here.
Oh, awesome.
Lilu! That's my doggy's name. That's
Your
my
dog-
very favorite character in all the movies in the whole wide world, Lilu.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My favorite movie of all time.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Fifth Element. Yes, Lilu. That was my doggy that was sitting up here because he's the fifth element that pulled my life together.
Oh,
Aw.
wow. Cool.
Hey, Lilu, Dallas.
Well, Dagny and Julie bonding over Lilu and the Fifth Element. I take it that that's both of them's favorite movie. But Julie also noticed something else. It wasn't until John Michelle began to check into this that any kind of ancient power began to be related to ley lines. Now he began to dig into. I'm sorry.
What's he smoking? I'm just looking.
Yes. And you'll probably be right.
He looks very comfortable.
And it's not a Marlboro or a Camel.
My man.
I love it where she's like, my man. she was so proud to learn that about Jean-Michel. He was the first person to ever equate power to ley lines. Alfred Watkins just noticed the lines. Jean-Michel picked up on some power associated with them. So anyway, that was an awesome show. And we came back third season, wasn't it, Tim, where we did Lay of the Land 2, the 37th parallel.
Yeah, sure did.
That was some wild stuff. If you've never studied the 37th parallel, that is wild. Another greeting here real quick.
Hi, this is psychic medium Karissa Hartley, and I just wanted to wish you a happy 3 years on your podcast. I hope you have much more success.
And Karissa, Tim, I don't know if you remember her.
Right.
She was a tour guide. Kent, do you remember her? She was a tour guide with Spirit Expeditions, and she married Bill Hartley. And Bill Hartley has had a paranormal show, and that's just another one of the former Spirit Expedition folks that I'm still connected with, and they're in the Northeast somewhere. I'm not sure where, but you don't remember her, Kent?
I think I do.
Yeah,
there was so many people that we talked to. Like,
I know it.
I mean, I remember the originals like you and Tim and Al and all those, but towards the end, it started getting pretty hectic on who I was talking
There
to.
were people everywhere towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh, well, when I was training, 30 tour guides a week?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
You know?
I'm pretty sure by the time we closed Spirit Expeditions, there were 200 tour guides that we talked to on a weekly basis.
Yes, and they were all calling me at the last.
You're welcome, Tom.
Hey,
Well,
when
remember,
you do great at your job, you get promoted within the company. You know how it works.
yeah, I think I was the only one left with a company phone.
No, you were the only one that just kept it turned on.
Everybody else was smart and turned it off.
Yes, you're correct. You are correct.
No, on a serious note, I think I told you this in one of the episodes I was on. I really wish that could have been done different because that business has so much potential.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it has to have people that care.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Yeah, it hurt when it all went downhill because I was having a blast. You know, I was doing something I enjoyed doing. I enjoyed training the tour guides. I enjoyed taking the tours and all that kind of stuff. Well, we brought Elizabeth Parker back for our Fairy Tales 2 Leprechaun show. And I wish Donnie would come back in here because this highlights some of Donnie's escapades. But I asked Elizabeth, I was reintroducing her, and she had this to say. And returning special guest, we're very honored again to have Elizabeth Parker. She is a writer, an author, and empath, medium. What's the official term that you use?
Whatever.
Oh.
I just show up.
Oh, okay.
What do you need? I'll show up. I'll do it.
There you go. Elizabeth, just whatever. But we did highlight the fact that she has a YouTube channel.
There she is.
Yeah.
There's my girl. So my creative energies and psychic energies and great stress relief. I highly recommend that everyone make a sock puppet and put them on the internet.
There you go.
What are you going to do? I figured the world was so crazy anyway that, why not?
Right.
There would never be a better.
Why not?
Now, did you say a sock puppet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because many people have only one sock, so
there you go.
I still think that if you only have one sock, it is still worth it for your sanity to sacrifice the sock, make a puppet,
Yes.
go on YouTube, and get all your stress out.
I think people, when they have a sock, it reincarnates into a Tupperware lid.
Okay, yeah. Well, I heard that the other day. You lose
She
your
looks
sock in the dryer,
confused.
and it comes back in the cabinet as a Tupperware lid.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Donnie's back. Donnie, you got Elizabeth with that one.
What did I say?
Something about Tupperware lids, and she was like, "Huh?" You say that when the sock goes missing, it reincarnates as a Tupperware lid, and she was just lost.
I bet she wrote a whole chapter on that.
She was like,
Well, it
"What?"
started though with him saying most people only have one sock.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I mean, Donnie, you kept her on her toes that night. And we used to do the strange sightings where we do a current sighting. And this was one, I mean, I knew going into it that it was fake, but it was strange. I didn't care if it was real or not. It was just strange. Well, the unique thing is, what was this clown doing out in the middle of the night? Now, granted, this could have all been set up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what that clown was doing in the middle of the night, making a video.
Making a video. There you go. And she was just, that's what the clown was doing. And Donnie does not like clowns.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. He just about lost it when we were getting ready for the show. He came over to the house to be on the show. And this happened right after we talked about the clown.
Tom,
he would respond.
if I may just kind of hold off, I've got to go to the bathroom now.
Okay.
Serious.
Just remove yourself. That's all you got to do is remove yourself. Okay.
This clown, he was so scared by the clown. He was like,
yeah,
he really is scared of clowns, obviously.
Well, she didn't say what she was thinking.
Well, I caught myself not in the bathroom, but in the fetal position in the tub in the bathroom.
Just let it be known, we showed the video, and then Donnie had to leave the room.
And I appreciate that, Tom.
Yeah, well, yes, we all do, Donnie. We all appreciate it. But like I said, we're highlighting Donnie and Elizabeth this go around. And then the leprechaun from the horror movies.
Oh, he looks like my first wife.
Yeah. Donnie, all I can say is you picked her.
Oh, Lord.
And also,
I remember Ancestry.com. I sent them some of my stuff. They sent me a pack of seeds back, told me to start over.
There. See?
Like, that is so sad.
Yeah. Yes, it is so sad, Donnie. But we were telling stories of leprechauns. That was the point of the show. And I had read an article from an old newspaper, and it talked about these leprechaun sightings. It was a short little article, and the reporter was saying it was probably a monkey that got away from an organ grinder.
Well, they had me till they threw in the part about the monkey. And then I'm like, what? This random monkey reference? What? Were there like mini organ grinders with monkeys running around Ireland at that time? What's now I'm so stuck on the monkey in the context of the monkey. But
she's stuck on the monkey. I guess like any other news reporter, they're trying to debunk it or whatever, and they're throwing this in. You know, saying no, it's probably just an organ grinder lost his monkey. How many?
As you do, because you're like, I can't keep these monkeys. They just run off all the time. I'm going to have to go out of the organ grinding business because the monkeys are too expensive to replace.
Well, that always happens with organ grinders. Look at all the shows. I think Beverly Hillbillies had a monkey escape, an organ grinder.
Yeah, they don't like
all of these shows that they ever had. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, there's no work ethic with these monkeys. I'm telling you,
they're just not committed to the cause.
No, they're not. Unlike leprechauns, who are extremely hardworking.
And Elizabeth had to bring us right back to leprechauns.
Hey, monkeys matter, okay?
What?
Monkeys matter.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. I mean, she brought up a valid point. I mean, does this always happen with organ grinders? Do they always lose their monkeys? And it made me think of I seem to remember a Beverly Hillbillies show where the organ grinder lost his monkey, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark where the monkey would run off, you know. And she was so cool about it, but she did not let it end.
I would like to go over there for Mr. Wood's event in May, but unfortunately, my conflict is that is the day that we have the organ grinder monkey hunt. So I'm already booked for that. And I mean, I've got my net and everything.
There you go.
Can't go do that.
She just wouldn't let it go. We actually have one more.
One more with the monkey grinder.
And I shared it on the very next show, which was what I think Tim's Strange Authors show where we did his books. And anyway, a strange thing happened at the end of this leprechaun show, and you'll see it. I actually mention it here, but she still comes back to the monkey. Hey, Elizabeth, you got a unique setup. Donnie, look at that. You got rays of light, and over to your right is a purple mist.
Uh-oh. I don't want to move and look at it. It'll go away if I look at it right now.
I mean, up above your left shoulder, you got rays of light coming down, and over to your, I guess it's your right. I'm sorry. There is a purple mist.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
I wish I could take a screenshot.
So maybe it's the ghost of an organ grinder's monkey, no doubt.
She stayed stuck on the monkey. But it was just so cool I know it was an effect of the sun, okay? The evening sun shining in, but it was just so cool. The white rays coming down over her left and that purple mist over on the right. And then Donnie closed out the show this way.
There's some right here that says Donnie is cute. I would like to go out with him.
No, I don't see that one. I missed that one, Donnie.
Oh, you missed it. You missed it.
I missed it. See the comic relief you bring us, Donnie. Well, the very next show we started our Strange Authors series, and we talked to Tim. And honestly, I only found one clip that whole show, Tim. There were no bloopers, no screw ups, no nothing. There were a couple of shows in season 2 where there was nothing I could get. There was nothing there except for this.
I started writing real early on. I think I was about 18 years old or so. Wrote fantasy and sci-fi for a very long time. Have been published in both. I still have copies of the original novels that I wrote. There were 7 of them that were never published. And I look back and go, man, those are crummy. That sounds bad, but it's like, oh man, I was a horrible writer.
Tim's confession. They were crummy and he was a terrible writer. That's the only thing I could pull from that whole show, okay? Well, about the same with the Grave Hunters Society when I had John and Andrea on. which we had a fun show, but talking more or less about what they do. But in our strange sightings segment, this happened. Turn the volume down. Let me skip ahead to the actual. Yeah, this guy posted it. There's no description, nothing but the title, no date, no details, no nothing about where or what this might be. But it seems to be coming out from under that big rock.
Great. Now I'm going to have to get one for Andrea.
I want one. It's so cute.
It might get big.
Yeah, they might grow. Yes. and
every episode she's on, though, there's at least, I want one of those. He is going to have his own menagerie of stuff by the time that she gets done with this.
What is what was the sequel movie to all the Harry Potters that happened over here in the States? The guy had he'd go down in his suitcase or something, and it just opened up and there was all these weird, strange animals and cryptids. That's going to be her. Hey, we had an old friend. Oh no, that's Dagny. She's up under her Kelly Flanagan. Okay. This is Dagny's. This is Dagny, by the way. You should be on here with us. We've already made fun of you once. She loves Elizabeth Parker. And she said, Donnie cracks me up every time. So, wait. That's how Donnie. Whoa, Donnie. You're already on here, and you were trying to come in again. Okay. All right. But she wanted that dragon. She was like, you got to find me one. But also, after that, were y'all on the show where she introduced, what was it? Her praying mantis pet. She's got little spiders for pets. She's got all these little insects as pets and names them. So, but Donnie, I don't know what you're doing, but you're popping in and out 2 or 3 different times. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going on there. Eating popsicles and watching you guys be goofy. Well, like I said, you should be on here with us because we've already made fun of you once, but I hope you get to feeling better. But as I was introducing John Bateas, he consistently uses his expertise as a software and research engineer for the University of Dayton Research Institute to create custom tools and processes to increase his efficiency as a fact finder. From geographical information systems, or GIS, digital forensics and image analysis, optical character recognition, OCR, text extraction, and sentiment analysis to bulk data acquisition and automated analysis. How do you say all that? Jonathan applies computerized techniques to be as thorough and accurate as possible in his findings. And Jonathan, I'm just going to venture out and say Andrea wrote that for you, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. I had to ask her what it all meant.
I'm sure. And Donnie, please, I don't know what you're doing, but you keep bumping in when you're already here. I don't know what's going on there. You keep pushing buttons or something, but I was reading John's bio from their website, and it just kept going on and on and on with all these big words. And John was like, I don't know what that means. So, we got it.
And the whole time that you're reading it, she's trying not to laugh.
I know it. Because, I mean, I'm trying to focus on pronouncing these words, And that's when I got through. I was like, John, Andrea had to write this for you. And he's like, yes, she did. So, All right. Then we went into one of our most popular shows ever, 40 Wax. All right. Now, for some reason, this shows up. What the hell? Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said.
That would be me when I was playing on it earlier, when I got on earlier, just to see what all it does.
Okay. Oh,
There's
that's
a
why
picture that goes with it, too. So.
Yeah. All right. We'll put the picture up because when I checked in earlier, I was like, where'd this come from? That actually looks almost like the Krampus when we were doing the Krampus show, all the Krampus pictures we had. Okay. Oh boy, that because that caught me off guard. Tim was, I think that was before you had your own login, and I'd given you my login.
Actually, it was right after I got my own login.
Oh, okay.
And I was trying to learn my way around the system, and we were preparing for the show, but you had some time that you weren't around. I'm sitting here,
right?
How do I upload pictures? Oh, here we go. Wait, I can make banners.
Yeah.
Let's do that too.
And then I get on to do the show. I was like, what the hell is this? It caught me off guard. But then, okay, there's one thing. I mean, Tim and I have talked about this. We each have our little, what do they call them? Mannerism, things that happen, things that we do all the time. And it's just, is these things that happen over and over and over again. What was it, Tim? You said yours, you say something all the time.
Right. As I was looking, the word is right. And I was going back to some episode, and I counted 34 times that I used the word right in a single episode. Somebody say something, I go, right.
Well, mine is forgetting things.
Okay.
Kent? Any recent paranormal? He's practicing his podcast voice. I need to have a link to that, but he has something about paranormal and supernatural. My mind just went blank, Kent. God.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I feel the love. Anyways,
I could probably show clips from several times a season where I'll be talking about something and I just totally go blank. And Kent, you felt the love that day. I could get part of it, but I couldn't get the whole thing.
I think the words you were looking for was mysteries of the paranormal and the unknown.
That'll work. Is that right, Kent?
It's close enough. Right? I'll send you the link, and that way you'll be able to have the link for it.
I have the link. I subscribe to it on Spotify.
Yeah, I know. I need to do some more episodes.
Yes, you do.
Something like I sleep all day. I don't know.
But you also had my back at one point from earlier. It was Tim talking about the cat. A disembodied cat's meow is heard. The cat is still friendly and rubs. Oh, wait a minute. I just heard a cat. Who
so did
that?
I.
Who was there? When I said that, who's got a cat? I just heard a cat when I said that.
I don't have a
ghost cat. Tim has a ghost cat. It was our ghost cats.
We have a ghost cat, but we don't. Yeah, the cats are. I didn't hear it myself. It may be a neighbor kid because I can hear them screaming outside.
Oh, it might be that.
I swear I heard a cat when I was talking about that.
Tom, you're not crazy. I heard it too.
Yeah, something else was there.
It was good to know I'm not crazy, Kent.
Not clinically.
Well, true. I mean, there have been questions at times, I'm sure. But did y'all hear it that time?
Right.
I mean, of course, I knew it was coming up, so I was expecting it. But, I even went back and made a special clip and played it on the next show where we highlighted it. But, and again, talking about Lizzie Borden, that was just a cool show. You guys had so much information. It was amazing. And Elizabeth Parker came on the next show, and she's like, "Oh, you should have called me." And she said, "I'm a Lizziophile," or is it Lizziophile or whatever. But we were talking about when it
It's
happened.
also another side of the coin to look at with her, if she did. Again, it's all speculation at this point because I wasn't alive back then.
No. I was close. I was probably closer than anybody on that show. I guarantee you that. But anyway, if you're watching and you haven't seen 40 Wax, go back. It was just a fun show. We had a blast on it. And you can see this is what we do live every show, and you never know what's going to happen at all. I mean, we have our outline stuff we go by, but anything can happen. And if Donnie's on the show or Will or Elizabeth, you never know what's going to be said. Now, we brought Elizabeth back for our Strange Authors 2, but he said, please have her get in touch with me and come by. And he said we would, and he wants to have you there on location, do a book signing and stuff like that.
That's very nice. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me.
Okay, yeah, and I had forgotten. I just remembered that.
I'll make a note right now.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was, because he got so excited. He was like, Elizabeth Parker, we've been wanting to find her.
Listen, all you got to do is put me in Facebook or the Google or whatever, and I'm not that hard to find.
Oh, I know.
But apparently I am that hard to find because I never hear from anybody. So I am a kind of a ghost. So.
Oh, wow. All right. Elizabeth is a ghost. She said she never hears from anybody. And honestly, I had contacted her for the show and invited her to be on there, but she's having some stuff going on right now where she couldn't. Now, that show was to focus on her books, and we did tell a few ghost stories, but we got into more of her I don't want to say job, her gifts, as an empath, a psychic medium, or a medium, again, like she says, whatever, and if you've seen the show, The Dead Files, that's similar to what Elizabeth had been doing the past few years, where she would send somebody in to kind of, take all the personal stuff down out of the house, and then she would go in and read the house and let the people know what she was picking up and try to help them deal with it. But the difference between her and the Dead Files is, in the Dead Files, the lady says, you need to go deal with this and may recommend some people, but Elizabeth actually stays there and helps the people deal with it. So to me, there's a big difference. I know one is for ratings and the other is for actually helping people. And Elizabeth is what is it? She says, Tim, she's helping ghosts with people problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Helping ghosts with people problems.
Right. So anyway, she was talking about that. And then she said, after she does one of those, this is what happens.
And leave the place in a better state than when you found it, ideally. And then you're wonky, and then you have to go eat. Then you have to go eat a lot of food because you're so whacked out. At that point, your Sherpa has to drive you immediately to a restaurant so that you can stuff your face with pasta or whatever and try to come down.
Stuff your face with pasta. She's such a hoot. And she called, she had a friend that doesn't do it for her anymore, so she's not sure if she's going to continue that or not, but her Sherpa. But this is also a little piece of advice she gave.
You have to change your receptivity. You can't walk around. It's not like on TV where you walk around all day seeing ghosts and going up to people in the grocery store and saying, are you open to having a message from your dead father? I mean, it's just, that's for a lot of reasons. You don't do that.
Right. You don't do that. But basically what she was talking about was being open to these things, but not all the time. Learning how to control it so that you're not doing that. And that's what she said. What you don't do is go to people in the grocery store. So some
Lord,
good advice.
The only message my dad would ever give me is, "You still owe me $20."
From beyond the grave.
From beyond the grave.
Years ago, a fellow tour guide created a radio show and then a podcast. The first show was on a dark night on May 16th, 2020. From Lizzie Borden to the Bloody Bucket Bridge, Strange Journeys tells paranormal stories with style. Congratulations, Tom, for 3 years of live stream podcasting.
And that's so cool. That's Todd Duren of Secret History Tours right here in Mobile, Alabama. He's doing the downtown tours right now. He started after I quit. I didn't quit. We evolved into this. But he kind of picked up where we left off, and he's got 4 or 5 tours, doing a great job. But we ended the show with the bridges of Triangles of Mystery, the Bridgewater Triangle. And this is the way. Now let me see. This is my ETs took care of me. This is how they took care of me while I was out.
Hi, everyone. This is Tim with Strange Journeys Podcast. With me today are Andrea and John. Over there, they can wave hello to you right there. We're going to have a great show. Tom Rouse, our normal host, is on vacation. Actually, we've locked him in the closet and given him a VR helmet. He doesn't really know he's in a closet yet. So don't tell him when he gets back in 2 weeks. It'll all be good in that case.
They locked me in a closet with a VR helmet. Well, I just want you to know I've come out of the closet since then. Okay. Tom is out of the closet. But they did an awesome job. Tim had to carry a couple of shows. I was on vacation, and then that's when my son got sick and put in the hospital right after that. We worked on some things, but we've got about another 4 or 5 clips from that show because they had such a fun time on this Bridgewater show. We used to do a little video for Patreon, and this is how John responded.
Music. One of these times you're going to come back and I'm going to be spinning a torch to it.
That works for me. Whatever happens. I showed up one day with a towel around my head. I've shown up with aluminum foil made into a hat. It all works, So.
Yeah. Yeah, he did show. I remember the towel one. I don't remember. That might have been one of the times I was out, but with the aluminum foil. I do remember the towel, though. But John said he was going to come in doing a fire dance one of these times with that song. I should have played that so people know what he was talking about. But you did an ET Facts for because it was just the beginning of summer, about this time of year, and asking what they like to do in summer. You talked about gardening and that kind of thing, and then this was John's response.
John, what about you? What are some of your favorite summertime activities?
Well, I enjoy obviously doing the research, also going out there and digging into old maps. I mainly stick with the maps. Another thing I like to do is find new and exotic places to take naps.
Right. I understand that when it's when you pull the vehicle over and you take a nap in a graveyard, or while sitting in the vehicle, people look at you funny sometimes. But it happens. I get that entirely.
It happens. You work hard. You work long hours. It's time to sleep.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. New and exotic places to nap. That was so cool. And Tim, you and Storm and John and Andrea witnessed something within just a few days of each other that is so unique and so unusual and so strange. And y'all talked a little bit about it that show, but I want to show a little clip talking about that real quick. But Tell everybody what you saw.
What we saw is a cube-shaped cloud coming across, and ours was headed north to south. But we were driving along a little tiny road. I wish we'd been able to get a picture of it. But the road that we were on, those ditches are 5 to 6 feet deep. There was no way we were going to be able to pull over any place to get any pictures. I know Andrea and John got pictures where they saw it in Ohio.
Yeah. So. I mean, perfectly straight line with a 90-degree angle. It was wild. But y'all mentioned that during the show.
Well, it's a UAP, so maybe it'll be in the report.
Right, exactly.
Square clouds.
No, it was a cumulus. It's a cumulus cloud.
Cumulus cloud out there.
I love that with her correcting him and cutting her eyes at him. No, it was a cumulus cloud. It was a cumulus cloud. But just that look, she cut her eyes and said, no, it was a cumulus cloud.
Right.
That was so much fun. Y'all had a blast on that show.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I'm sorry I was locked in the closet with a VR helmet because it was a lot of fun. But something that did happen, and Will mentioned it earlier, is the Bridgewater Triangle is known for one certain cryptid, and it was first named there. Oh God, my mind just went blank. The Indians, the Krakatoans, or something like that. They tell the legend of the Pukwudgies, of the little people, and I think that's where it was first named. Right. But when we actually did our What the Puck show, we kind of talked about the fact that it's probably just the little people of legend throughout the United States. And then Will mentioned it, that they're called Pukwudgies here in Alabama.
Right.
Well, they got so enamored with this little cryptid. I think Tim must have said the word 15 or 20 times or more. And that's how we're going to end the show today. Check this out.
Pukwudgie, Pukwudgies, Pukwudgies, Pukwudgie.
Angry gerbil, angry toddler, home defense Pukwudgie.
Right.
Beware Pukwudgie.
Exactly.
I mean, I could go on with this.
Yeah.
Pukwudgie might bite. Don't pet the Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie.
A massive chihuahua.
The Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgies were here.
Pukwudgie.
I think each one of us ought to say it one time just for full effect.
Yeah.
And John's look at that was like, dear God, we're going to keep going with this.
Well, I love Andrea's thing, God, I can't even remember. We got to watch that one more time.
Pukwudgie, Pukwudgie.
Angry gerbil, angry toddler, home defense Pukwudgie.
Right.
Beware Pukwudgie.
Exactly.
I mean, I could go on with this.
Yeah.
Pukwudgie might bite. Don't pet the Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie.
A massive chihuahua.
The Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgies were here.
Pukwudgie.
The angry gerbil. Yeah, when Tim got stuck on Pudge Wookie or something. Oh God. Whew. That was so awesome. We'll put that one up on the Strange Friends side because everybody's got to see the Pukwudgies and the angry gerbils. So, watchers, thank y'all so much for being here. Like I said, this show will be up on the Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeart, and Google Podcasts in the next day or so. And we thank you for being here. Oh yeah. Okay, you were just telling Dagny thank you or something.
Yeah, she said this video is amazing. Yeah. Thanks, Todd.
Oh, Todd, that video I showed with the guy from Mobile. His name is Todd. Yeah. But Kent, Kristina, thank y'all so much for being here. I hope y'all had fun going through all this crazy stuff.
I had a blast. I always do with you guys. I want to do more, so if we can work this out, let's do it.
All right, we will.
And Tom, you don't think the rest of us had a great time? Is that what you're saying?
No, you guys are ETs. They're special guests.
Okay, look. Happy Puckwudgie Day, week, whatever. May the Puckwudgie be with you.
That's right. Well, watchers, thank you. Tim, any final thoughts?
Thanks. It's been a great 3 years. Looking forward to at least as many more. If not, another 10 or 15 would be awesome. But, definitely, it's been a good 3 years. Thank you, watchers, for having joined us.
Yes. Selina, you haven't been with us the whole 3 years, but you're one of the family now.
Thank you. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it.
Good.
I enjoyed it.
Good. Donnie?
Hey.
You're in and out. Any final words?
You scared me so bad, I think I got to the bathroom. I'll see you out a little bit.
It did it again.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Kent, Kristina, Tim, Selina, Donnie, thank y'all for being here. Watchers, stay safe on your strange journeys. We will see you next trip. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Carol.